So let's start with the rice pudding. All of us do make rice pudding at home, and I've come across many cultures and they use it in different forms, but rice pudding does remain rice pudding. Now, my combination of rice pudding is very simple. I use about 50 grams of rice to about a liter of milk. I'm not going to measure. I trust my instinct. That should be about 50 grams. And I'll quickly give a rinse and then put it with the milk to boil. I don't like to wash off all the starch from the rice. So what I do is about right amount of milk. As soon as it comes to a warm consistency, i.e. about 70-80 degrees centigrade, it's not boiling, I will put the rice in and that'll be perfect. Okay, and then to that I also add few cardamoms, green cardamoms, and they're beautiful. Just lightly bruise them. I'll just use my thumb to break it. 1 or 2 is more than enough. What it does basically, it helps to release the pods which are here, and they go in to release their flavor in the milk, and that works really well. So I love this, particularly rice pudding, because there are so many ways to make it. Obviously, this is one of the very old classical way of making rice pudding. Flavors wise, cardamom is good, no doubt about it. But I know I have made with Bayleaf flavor. Sounds weird, but actually tastes very nice. And then I paired it with a kind of confit or compote of oranges. So I reduced the oranges, orange juice and the segments together. So it almost becomes like a jam, and I poured it over the Bayleaf rice pudding, and it tastes so good, so good. It works really well. Look, the milk is almost boiling. Here it's bubbling away. Now is the time to put the rice in. So we have to remember not to add sugar very quickly, okay? That's one big mistake a lot of people would make while making the rice pudding. Stir it lightly. Because what it will do is it will caramelize the sugar and rice pudding will become brown in color, which is unfortunate. We should not do that. So now my milk is boiling. I'll drop the temperature and I'll let it simmer till rice is perfectly cooked. This will take good half an hour to 40 minutes easily. So I'll put that on the other stove and I'll let it cook slowly. Now this rice pudding is almost cooked. So the rice is coming together. It's almost there. And this is the time you add sugar, okay? Now, to taste, but you know what, about 2 tablespoons for 50 grams of rice would be perfect in my opinion. And you mix it all together, bring it to boil, and then cook through completely, okay? This will take another 25 odd minutes for rice to perfectly cook and sugar to blend in. So we'll leave this because it'll go on cooking, and I will just bring in the pan, the one which we cooked earlier. Right, so once the sugar is dissolved and the rice is absolutely cooked, we have 3 choices. You can serve the rice pudding hot, warm, room temperature, or chilled. I prefer to serve it at room temperature because rice is gelatinous enough, milk cuts in, the sugar is there, and all the flavors gel in really well. Sometimes when you serve it chilled, the rice is a bit too hard and doesn't taste as good. But having said that, if you overcook the rice a little bit, then it tastes really delicious even in the chilled form. So this is good for me. Serve it in a bowl, and this is how I made it. For the rice pudding, I washed the rice and then poured it straight into the boiling milk. It cooked for about good 25 to 30 minutes, and then I added the sugar and let it cook for another 15-20 minutes, up to a half an hour, depending upon how much time it takes for the rice to perfectly cook. And then I serve the rice pudding just at the room temperature rather than chilled or warm.